Can you tell me about this area of Blythe Battery, please?
Yeah, basically this is the rear of the gun emplacements. So what we have here is the gun crew shelters. Now there's a north and south shelter. The building's divided in half by a thick concrete wall. Each half would have had 10 soldiers for 8 hours at a time. When the guys came on duty, they'd calibrate the guns, get them ready for firing, then sit in there, they'd drink tea, smoke, play cards, read the newspaper, all that good stuff the squaddies like. The buildings actually, each room had 2 windows and a pot-belly stove, so it was cool in the summer and warm in the winter. On this side we've got the Royal Artillery store. The Royal Artillery store was occupied by the Battery Sergeant Major. You would have had technical equipment in there, so if anything needed to be repaired on the guns, it could be taken in there and repaired. Also, apocryphally, later in the war, 42 onwards, there were beds in there, but there's no real proof of that, but certainly that's the reputation. The area itself is actually a First War trench with dugouts on either side. The legislation was passed to create the battery in 1916, and that's when these buildings were first created. So if you see a grey area, that's First War. Behind us here we have a big pink drum tower, and there's one at the opposite end of the lane there. They're a World War II edition. Now I'm sure you'll look at the guns later on, but from our perspective, these pink covers are here to protect the gun crews from our own anti-aircraft battery fire. The anti-aircraft battery was 300 yards away to the rear of the site. The ammunition from the anti-aircraft battery would go up maybe 30,000 feet and explode amongst the German bombers. And those hot bits of metal would rain down. In World War II we fired what they called bag charges. So there's a projectile goes into the gun, then a bag of propellant, and that bag of propellant could catch fire, and obviously the troops could be hurt by our own anti-aircraft battery fire.